and we got another game coming up. Actually, first rank game in a while, and we're gonna play Princess on medium, which I actually haven't played too much, but it seems to be quite a popular mode ever since the tourney. So we're gonna try for it. Alright, into the game. No big delay. Good luck. Have fun. Okay, we're playing as white. So let's go for knight f3. This is a weighted game, so we have to be a little bit more considerate of our moves here. Not that we're unconsiderate necessarily in the other ones, but alright. Let's go ahead and play. Let's go ahead and play d3. Maybe to get the knight out. I have to recalibrate my brain now. We're not trying to checkmate the queen anymore. We're trying to mate the king. So we can take the knight here. We can take the knight here. Is that good enough though? Maybe we're just gonna let it stand there for a moment. Let's close this diagonal. Let's close this diagonal. I know it's not a big issue in Princess, but better safe than sorry, right? Might go for some h4 shenanigans if you fianchettos his bishop. Oh, he goes for f5. Wow. That is an unusual one. Is this a good opening in this? I'm not sure. Let's get the princess out. We don't have to worry about queen safety in this one, so let's go ahead and attack. The knight's always covering f7, but we're also looking at the knight, so maybe we can get some quick counterplay going. He develops knight probably. Alright, e6 instead. Also sensible, but I think now we can win some material if we go bishop here. I think bishop here wins some material, because after the bishop blocks the knight's hanging. And yeah, this he can't do because the princess hanging. So I think we at least win some material here pretty quickly. Because black weakened his dark squares a lot, which is why I don't really. I'm not a big fan of these f5 openings, and we're gonna take the princess here. And now what? Let's go for. We could go for c3, c4, and then try to get the queen over to enter. We could also go for knight here. Or let's just keep it simple. We're up material. Let's just develop. Up material. Let's just develop. Next up, probably h4. Try and attack this V-shaped structure. We don't have a dark squared bishop anymore, but we don't have it anymore for a good reason. I think next up's gonna be h4. Just wanted to make a quick developing move while I consider what I want to do next. I think this is a sensible plan to try and undermine this pawn structure. Just make sure the king's always safe. So we have all the knight jumps here covered, so I think we go for h4 now. Like the knight moves, these are all covered by our knight. Knight here I don't really mind too much. I think we could have also gone for queen c4 followed by queen e5 to try and get just try and enter basically. Maybe pressure the knight a little bit. But this is also a threat, I'm pretty sure. So I think queen c4 next. Okay, he moves his rook over immediately, so maybe it's not as good now. We could go knight here now though. Yeah, let's go knight here, because after knight moves we get the open h-file and we're also attacking this pawn. We're not quite threatening mate on this square, because the bishop's still protecting. But we might in the future. Like if this was actual 5D, we could go like check here. Okay, he's going for the Jurassic Rook, which I don't mind. I don't mind. So now we're up the timeline, and the queen, princess, sorry. So we're just gonna make some, pretty much gonna play similar moves. We're not super far away from the original timeline. So I think we're safe if we grab the knight. And now what? Now we can spend a little bit of time to try and figure out how we want to play this. I think getting the queen up actually makes sense here. Princess, sorry. We could develop the princess, we could also get the knight in. The problem is now the rook's actually protected by itself. So that's no good. Now let's go queen up, princess up. Every time. More or less threatening queen f4 here, princess f4. Princess f4 jumping on f7 on this board. Looks convincing. Basically anything taking on f7 is a big problem because we have the knight to deliver checkmate. We probably should have played c3. c3 was probably better, and then go for queen b3, and then no, because we can't. Okay, now I remember. We can't jump on f7 in princess mode via b3. We can only jump via the f-file because the queen doesn't have the unicorn moves. So then queen f4 next. Probably best attempt, and if we don't get an attack, that's fine too, because we're just stalling until this board catches up where we got some attack going. So he needs to come up with something quickly. At f5, so he's looking at the jump as well. Looking at the jump as well, it seems sensible so far. What do we wanna do? Maybe we just wanna develop. Why don't we just develop and wait until the other board catches up? I think that's an okay idea. We're not really in any rush. Not even castle here. Probably not gonna, but we could. Alright. So it's getting ready to develop a little bit. Let's go over here and offer a princess trade, maybe. Maybe offer a princess trade next move. And if he goes rook up, we can go queen here as well with a tempo on the rook. Can't imagine this being too bad. Like rook here, princess up, rook over, and then we can go knight here, threatening knight check here, and he can't take because the pawn's pinned. How many moves do we have left? This is turn 10, this is turn 7, so 3 more moves, it's not a lot. We could offer a trade like that. But he's probably just gonna go bishop up then. No, but if he goes bishop up, then we can take here as well. We can also give a check. Yeah, I think we're going over offering a trade. And also threatening a check here. Also doing very well on the clock, which is nice. And we got the spot coming up not too long. And if he has trades, he's down too much material. We just want to make sure we don't jump then. Yeah, and if he blocks, we give the check. The check. He's gonna have to move his king, and then we're gonna consider again. Oh, he can also block with the rook, that's true. That is true. Alright, so we got this bot coming up very soon. It's gonna be able to attack next move. So how do we wanna attack this? Here it looks a little bit scary because there's not much standing near the king. We could set up some shenanigans on e6. I don't quite see it yet though. Don't quite see it yet. Like if you could get something to take on e6 next move, that would be awesome, but it's not easy. It's not easy. So what else is there? The bishop's actually kind of strong here. So if you do go knight here, what's gonna happen? He has defended this quite well on the top board so far. So I have to come up with some extra ideas. We could also jump the princess from there, which is maybe an idea, but probably not quite. What's about this move on the bottom board coming up? So what do we actually do? I think here we just want to make a couple of more stalling moves more or less and see what he does. Why don't we go g3? Maybe prepare a fianchetto. I'm not too worried about the capture here. And we got our strong board coming up after the Jurassic Rook. Are we gonna take here? We can't check him up here because the bishop's still protecting. We can also take here and get the king in the open. I don't see an immediate follow-up though, so that's why I don't like it as much. I think we're probably gonna take the pawn on the bottom board, which also opens up some other ideas. And he's probably wants to get his princess in the game on the top board. We could also play knight here now to reiterate the threat. Or we could just play a calm move to maybe cover this square a little bit. You might just go queen c5 then though. Maybe not ideal. What do we want to do on this spot though? So we don't have any great jumps. If you take, king takes, and then what? I think we're gonna take the pawn instead. At least I don't see any great follow-up after takes. Probably because there's nothing too great. Yeah, I think we're gonna take like that. What are we gonna do on the top board though? Let's maybe get another defender in on the knight. And then maybe fianchetto the bishop like we said we would. Yeah, that looks sensible. Let's do that. And here we're just gonna Like, taking here looks tempting, but... After pawn takes back, I don't see a follow-up. Sadly. So yeah, we're just gonna take the pawn and be happy. We're just gonna take the pawn and be happy. Maybe take the bishop as well. Or give a check. Sure. Keep in mind we're always up to jump if nothing else, and we're up one princess on the bottom board. So as long as we stay solid and don't fall too far behind on the clock, I think we're doing totally fine. Alright, he's considering to exile, which is actually interesting. I'm not that concerned about the exile, simply because we can always attack later if we choose. Maybe here we can start to kick his king around a little bit. I was thinking he might go like bishop here to cover f6. Yeah, that is indeed the case. But now we could go here. We can also take here, which is interesting. Can take here as well. But actually, this one looks interesting. Take like that. This actually looks like a nice idea. Let's just go for it. Let's just go for it. And now we need to make another timeline to activate it. In that case, we probably don't want to do that. What do we want to do instead, though? Put like here, which doesn't look stupid. This is interesting. We have a lot of options here. We have a lot of options here that all look decent. If we take the knight, how's that? Would create a timeline down here, and the top one would be active. We got a lot of options going on here, especially after the exile, because we probably want to activate it at some point, but maybe I obviously don't want to do it if it's unnecessary. So I'm considering to take the knight here. I think it's probably decent. Doesn't look super convincing though. Wait, what if we take here first and then jump? What does that do? And then we can time travel here? I don't know, it looks funny, let's go for it. It looks funny, let's go for it. So my idea is that I want to time travel here again onto the rook. And on the top board, just trying to get some moves in. I don't know how good this is, but it looks funny. It looks fun if nothing else. And he still can't make another active timeline. We just activate the inactive one because there's two kings on it, and we want to attack on the bottom board. That's more or less the whole point. That's why I switched up the move order, so this one is always active. And I think here we're gonna also sack the second queen. Now I really wish I had this knight here because it would be checking the king. But that's not how it works, of course. Alright, so how do we continue after all this? I think we're probably gonna take the rook with check, get the king in the open even more. And then something. But what's that something gonna be? We have so many options now, this is actually kind of overwhelming. Wait, we can take the rook here. What about this queen? That's not that great. Yeah, I think we're gonna take this rook. And on the top board, probably just put him in check. Maybe it's not necessary. Maybe it's not necessary. Maybe you can just make like a calm developing move. Let me just double check there's nothing that can take the queen. No, I don't think our queen's in danger here. Oh no, the knight can take. That's okay though, that's okay because the queen can take the rook next move. I think this is fine, let's go for it. Like the knight can take the queen, but after that the queen can jump and take the rook back here, and I think that should be close to mate. If not actually mate. I think we're getting somewhere. Right. I think queen jump here should be... Oh wait, we can't jump like that because it's not a queen, it's a princess. Every time, dude, every time. Every time. That's pretty funny. We can take the rook up here though. Alright, so this we have to take. On this board he doesn't have a king, so that's a little bit of an issue. Do we have any good... We must have some good princess jumps, right? There's no way to remove the rook, sadly. What about this board? Any good jumps? Like, this actually doesn't look that bad. We're even on timelines now, so the next jump's gonna set the present. If we sack our queen here, bishop takes, queen takes, then what? You know, sometimes you just gotta try and see what happens. Sometimes you just gotta try and see what happens. So this is a very cut-off timeline. Idea being more or less that we can let this run for a little bit, and then maybe you can set up a piece to reinforce this capture. That is more or less my entire idea. Or like ideal scenario, just get a checkmate here because we're up 2 queens, princesses. Is it getting warmer after our 2 games? It is, it is. I'm not feeling the cold as much. Not feeling the cold as much. So yeah, what's going on here? We're even on timelines now, so you can set the present again. So can we though. So can we though. And we can maybe get a quick try to get a quick attack here. Because we're gonna have a princess in his camp. He's gonna have to come up with a way to deal with that. So this looks pretty fun. I think he has to take. I think if he... The only other move is king over, but that looks insane. I guess he can also go knight here. That might be an option. I think then we're probably gonna take anyway. Yeah, again, keep in mind, we're just trying to set up a piece that can capture the rook here, so we can capture the rook here. Actually, now I'm realizing that the bishop's also covering the rook. God damn it. Okay, let's see though. Okay, so he does capture. We're gonna capture, of course. And then we're gonna see. Right, interesting. So he's trying to cover the diagonal like that. So what if we go queen here? And then maybe jump. Like we can jump again, keep in mind. Okay, let's go queen here. And the idea is to take the knight. Again, probably, if he lets us. It's so annoying that this bishop is covering the rook. That was more or less what I was hoping for. I was trying to not fall super far behind on the clock if possible. Yeah, he's gonna cover. We can get the king out in the open, actually. Might not be stupid. There's a stair. We can take the knight with check. How do we must have mate here somewhere, right? I don't believe we don't have any mate here. It is tricky though. If you go knight here, we're at least threatening checkmate. Actually, no. This is a good move because it also checks him up here. No, it doesn't. Like my eyes are very sick. This also is still covered by the knight. Wow. This is some resiliency right here. He's defending this pretty well, even with the short time. What can we do? If any jump to another board up here somewhere. Not really, and this is always protected by the bishop. And the time jumps are even again. So we're gonna have to get creative here. We wanna mate. I don't see it though. I really don't see it right now. Knight here doesn't do enough. Queen here doesn't even force out the king. Queen here, not really. How do we get to? You know what? We need to get a knight to this square right here. That's what we need to do. That's what we should focus on, really. I don't even see a good way there, though. Like, I don't see a good path. It's no good queen move. Don't see a great knight move either. I don't know. I guess we go knight here anyway. It looks kind of weak though. I guess there really nothing better. There has to be something, right? Like we can take here. Looks like shit. This doesn't look good. I don't know. Let's not fall too far behind on the clock. Go for what I suspect is going to be a decent attempt, if nothing else. How are the jumps? The jumps are 2 and 2, so we actually can split again. Which is interesting. At least we're keeping up the pressure for now. And we're not really under any attack on any board yet, which is cool. There's also no checks on the F file because the F5 pawn's always blocking. It's really hard to get a knight to F5. Yeah, on that board he just castles, which is interesting. You can take here with check. If you could put him in check somewhere on this board, that would be nice, but I don't think we can. No, because it's his move, so we don't even have to think about it. So the bishop's covering the rook, that's the problem. Pretty sure we have something here, but I'm not seeing it. And now we have to make a move on all boards. Capturing here is nothing because the bishop can recapture itself. Any queen jumps now? Princess jumps? No, not really. So this is no good, that's no good. I think we're just gonna capture. This is the board we wanna win on. I think it looks something like this. Which one do we want? We need to get more pieces into the attack on this board. But this is not on the menu just yet. This board would be nice to set up a check. If we can. If any jumps on this one? Really any great ones? Yeah, okay, let's speed up a little bit. We are slowly losing more time than I like. Let's go here. This is the critical board, and I'm really unsure how to play this one. I think we make the same. I think we do it like this. Let's just see that we're not blundering anything. No, I think this is okay for now. This got so complicated though. I thought we had at least a soft mate coming up, but I miscalculated again, like every princess game I play. Yeah, he has to take the knight there because it's checking. Oh, I guess he can move his king as well. I thought we might have something in that case. It looks scary if nothing else. Knights are always scary in the back rank like that. Keep in mind we're on even jumps now, so we can't split too many more times. We can only split one more time. Which is kind of crazy, given how this game started. But yeah, this is gonna be a big check. It's gonna be a big check because it's gonna check him on a lot of top boards. So if you can check him on every board somehow, we would be winning. The problem is we can't check him on this one, and we probably can't check him on this one either. Actually, we can. This might be a check. Like the bishop takes might be a check. Not entirely sure. Man, this is complicated. Great game though. No, it's not mate. It's not mate. But I think we're slowly getting somewhere. It's at least tricky for him to deal with all the checks. That is an interesting idea as well. Getting even more kings up there. The most annoying part is that the bishop always protects the rook. If you could somehow get around that, life would be good. Like, we can't even set up a check that easily. Alright. I can do that as well, I guess. Ay. Complicated stuff. At least gaining somewhat on the clock here. And he is setting up some counterplay finally. Okay, I think now we're gonna finally jump the knight. And I think we're going right here. I think that could be good enough. Go right here, it's a check, and then king takes, and then knight e4 should be good, right? Did he split again? No, he didn't. But it's the best I see. This is going to be the only active board. I don't think he's fast enough to interfere. I think this is leading to mate. I think this is actually leading to mate. Not the last 5 times, like I said. Because he has to take, because the knight's checking him up here. And I think after the knight e4 is mate, because I don't think he has it covered from this board, which is the only one where it's his move. But he can jump again, I guess. He can jump again, I guess. But we should be fine. We should actually be fine this time. What an insane game. Look at this. It's not over yet. But I think we at least have a soft mate. Because he has to take, and then we go here. Then his only move is on this board, so we don't have to look at all these. And then he probably has one more jump, but we probably can put him in check. Unless he finds some insane resource. But yeah, this is gonna be the check. This is going to be the check. He can't be captured from the top board, and he has to jump from this board now. And I think now we should be winning. Like, actually winning. Not fake winning like the last time I thought we could capture the rook. What's his moves? I think he can jump either of the knights. He can actually take my queen in a bunch of different ways. But we only have to put him in check once after that. That should be possible, right? I think it should be possible. Like, I think after he takes the queen, yeah, he can't do that because the knight's checking this board. So his only legal move is time traveling from this board. So I think he's probably gonna jump one of the knights, take the queen. And then I think we put him in check with his knight. That should end the game. Crazy one though. Really exhausting. Good for the good for heating up here. Okay, he can jump with the bishop as well, I guess. Didn't see that one. But I don't think that's gonna solve his problem of taking the knight. It would be insane if he could somehow take the knight, but I think if we do this, it should end the game, right? It's gonna check somewhere, maybe not. Not mate. Wow. Can he jump again? Wait, let me count. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he can actually jump again. Okay. So I'm glad I took the pawn here, because he has to jump again. So jump again. Okay. So one more jump, and then the knight checks should be decisive. Oh, how many timelines are this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to be 8. Jesus. Well, what a return to the game. This is the first ranked game I've played in probably 2 months actually. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. But I think one more jump from the top board and it should be over. I miscalculate these every time. We have to make 2 more moves, not 1. To make 2 more moves, not 1, but I don't think it's gonna matter, probably. As long as we put him in check on the next move, I think we're okay. If we do it right now, it's not quite good enough, because he still has another move. But yeah, I think if we go for... I think we still take the rook and be safe. Like, there's no way he can set up a piece to take the knight all the way down here, right? 5. No, I don't think so. So I think we're actually okay to take the knight here, to take the rook. So let's do that. Rook takes. Pawn takes, and then any move should be made. Unless I missed something absolutely insane, but I don't think... Like, he would have to go to e5 all the way down here, and that's no way. There's no way. There's no way. So I think we play knight here, and this should be made. I did this. GG. Again, the decisive factor being the knight check down here, which you can't react to because the only board he has a move on is the top board, and the top board can't capture the knight with any piece because it's too far away. Great game though. Really resourceful play here from my opponent, especially after dropping material fairly early. He actually got back into the game and made it really complicated. Like, just looking at the ending position where there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 timelines was a really good attempt. Certainly got me struggling for a long time there. Really nice game. GG.